Yo, listen, it's Platinum Max, part of the Acclaim, the Platinum Playboy, best wrestler alive, and you are rocking with the Bob Culture Podcast. Yo, listen, Platinum on the mic, and I'm coming for your ass. I'm listening to the Bob Culture Podcast, and I think it's the hottest show in the game, because them and everybody loves the Acclaim. Now, scissor me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, live here at 90s Wrestling Con with a first ballot WWE Hall of Famer, one of the most decorated tag team performers of all time. We are not worthy, Mr. Devon Dudley. Devon, thank you for a few minutes. Appreciate the time.
Thank you very much.
I saw you come in today. You came, the Hardys over there. You said, it's been a long time since I kicked the Hardys' ass. I heard you say that. And then you did the Fresh Prince handshake with Jeff. Is that kind of your thing?
We did that. We've been doing that for years. I mean, when we first met the Hardys and we all clicked, me and Jeff, we had a bond, and we basically just started doing crazy stuff like that.
I popped so big. And I'm like, they did the Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. That was amazing. Devon, we were just talking off air a little bit. We know like John Cruz and some of the people that you worked with at Team 3D Academy. I mean, you've been a producer, a trainer, in-ring performer. Is there someone that you're most proud of that you've either aged in a match, been in a match with, have trained? Are there people, because we've seen so many success stories because of you guys, is there any people that you're preferably most proud of right now after all the great work you've done in this business?
Well, working-wise, the Hardys, Edge and Christian.
Absolutely.
I mean, we all grew together in the business during that time. I think one of the other ones that we helped along the way was the Usos.
Yes.
Glad to see them strive the way they're doing now right now. They are just tearing it up.
Oh my gosh.
Although I believe Jimmy's hurt, but Jay is really out there just doing it. So very happy, that those guys are really doing well. As far as people that we help train, just about everybody who's come out of our school we're very proud of. They did very well. They're doing very well for themselves, whether they're in NXT, whether they're in the main roster. And we have a few that's in the main roster, so we're very proud and happy for each and every one of them.
Absolutely, as you should be. I have to ask you this one, big news, obviously. John Cena, farewell tour. Obviously, you worked with John for a while. Any thoughts, any memories, anything you want to say about what John's doing right now?
Well, again, another one that I had the pleasure of being in the ring with. Had a lot of good matches, whether it was WWE's Velocity or Sunday Night Heat or SmackDown. We had a very, very good time. I was very proud of John and all his success, and I wish him nothing but the best. I'm sure whatever endeavors he decides to embark on as he leaves pro wrestling, he's going to be just as big and just as successful, and it'll still live on.
I love it. I want to ask you this one, Devon. Big fans of Busted Open. We see Boley around the Jersey Shore, Belmar, Asbury. We see him all around. He's fantastic on Busted Open, man. You're a man of all trades. You've done so many things. Is that something you ever thought? You've done everything but like the journalism thing, the radio, review, all that stuff. I think Boley brings a lot to the table. I personally think you'd be fantastic. Any thoughts on that?
I mean, I do a podcast with a guy named Duke, Duke Podcast Pro Wrestling. And, I'm happy with doing just that. It's not like big like Busted Open, but it's just enough where I can voice my opinion and get my stuff across. So I don't really look into the journalism part of it, but just to have fun.
Okay, because you bring a lot to the table. Speaking of tables, a nice segue there. I don't know if you watched the recent Money in the Bank pay-per-view. I don't know if you saw where Chelsea had gone off the 2 ladders into the table. I'm not an in-ring performer. My girlfriend is, but I thought the angle on that, the movement on that was executed perfectly. I'm not an in-ring competitor. Did you see that spot? Any comments on that spot with Chelsea Green?
Well, no, I did not see that spot. I did watch the pay-per-view, but there were certain things I didn't see because I was home being distracted.
Okay, well, you got things to do. All right, Devon, last one. I want to be respectful of your time. We're here. We got ISPW Wrestling just down the hallway here. A lot of great up-and-comers, competitors from one of the best of all time. Any advice you could share for these up-and-comers right now trying to get to that next level?
Whatever school you go to, make sure it's a reputable school, somewhere that you can learn from, and don't waste your time with guys that's never been anywhere. And then when you do find that person that you can actually learn from, stay there as long as you possibly can. Don't try to walk before you can crawl. That's the biggest thing. Learn everything possible you can so that when you go out there, you don't fail, you don't sink. You always want to swim. So stay in there as long as you possibly can. Learn from whoever has been somewhere and go from there.
Love it. Devon, I appreciate a few minutes of your time. Continued success moving forward.
Thank you, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the best of all time, Devon Dudley. BCP is brought to you by our favorite store, Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore, located in the Englishtown Flea Market in New Jersey from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays, and online at FunkensteinWrestlingSuperstore.com. Get your favorite wrestling merch, retro video games, Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, G.I. Joe, so much more. It's our favorite store. Thank you, Heather and Dan, for sponsoring the BCP. Also got to welcome back our sponsors, the No Gimmicks Podcast, the podcast that keeps it 100% real 100% of the time. Check out our guy Kelvin, only on the No Gimmicks Podcast. Wrestling All Day, All Night is the best wrestling discussion group on Facebook. We provide more of a community feel here and have wrestling fans introduce other fans to something they may not have seen before, such as old school wrestling, indie wrestling, Japanese wrestling, and so much more. We also strive to be a source of information regarding upcoming wrestler meet and greets and signings. And remember, we're open 24/7, all day, all night. Be sure to follow on socials and join the group on Facebook at Wrestling All Day, All Night. Welcome back our sponsor, Sweet Chin Musings. Sweet Chin Musings is the creation of the reigning, rarely defending, highly disputed champion of wrestling podcast, Mr. Perfect, Mike Mueller, and his tag team partner in crime, Luke Kudialis. SCM focuses on the in-ring product of WWE and AEW, no dirt sheet rumors here, as well as backstage news, predictions, and analysis of characters, storylines, and major pay-per-views. Old school fans, don't worry, we have you covered as well, with a look back on classic matches, top 10 lists, and interactive tournaments that let the fans decide who is truly the best of all time. You can find them at Facebook at Sweet Chin Musings, and check out the podcast on all major podcast platforms. Please welcome back our sponsors on the BCP Plus and the podcast, GPW Productions. GPW provides your promotion or event with top-tier video, audio production, live streaming, and more. I can personally vouch for them in saying they are hands down the best production company I've ever worked with, as they have and continue to work with the likes of AEW, GCW, StarCast, MLW, not to mention the majority of the local independent promotions here in the tri-state area. They can even help you film a vignette or promo for your persona or gimmick. And guess what? GPW doesn't just work in wrestling. No, they cover MMA, boxing, basketball, or any other sporting event as well. On a personal note, I'd like to thank Mike Sesko, Frank Leone, O'Neil Andros, and the team for giving me multiple opportunities to work with them and some of the best talent in the world. Thank you, GPW, and guys, book GPW for your promotion or event today at contact@gpwproductions.com. Please welcome back one of our favorite podcast sponsors, Key Nation, featuring our very own BCP and BCP Plus contributor, Mr. Wayne Keener. Make sure to follow Key Nation on TikTok and Instagram for great puns, memes, dad jokes, and random ridiculous content. Thank you, Wayne, for sponsoring the BCP. Don't forget to check out one of our newest sponsors here on the BCP, Chop City Wrestling. Chop City Wrestling is where our pal Ryan Steniford takes chops from wrestlers and donates $20 to Connor's Cure for every chop he takes. Follow his adventures on his YouTube channel for all those chops and some great pro wrestling content, all for a good cause. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, and thank you, Ryan, for sponsoring the BCP. Please welcome in our new podcast sponsor, From the Left Side. From the Left Side has all of your wrestling and sports news. Check out From the Left Side at facebook.com/From the Left Side with On Air E, and be sure to hit that follow button. Thank you, From the Left Side. Please welcome back one of our favorite sponsors, Mania Club. Established in 2015, Mania Club is a WWE recognized community for fans with an eclectic love for both the world of professional wrestling and raising money for Connor's Cure. During WrestleMania weekend, we host the official tailgate of WrestleMania while also celebrating the life of Connor McCallum. They are the single largest donor within the V Foundation for Connor's Cure, with over 150,000 raised. Please donate and join the Facebook group over at Mania Club on Facebook. Donate at jimmyv.org/Mania Club. Please welcome back our returning sponsor for the year of 2024, Bree Combination Wrestling, celebrating their 7-year anniversary on Sunday, June 9th, 2024, at 106 Bergen Ave, Ridgefield Park, the Mecca, here in New Jersey. Doors 4 p.m., bell 5 p.m. Get your tickets now at ANNI7.eventbrite.com.
Guys, please welcome in our new pod sponsor for the months of May and June, J. Adam Photography. Jay provides quality, artistic, innovative photography with a quick turnaround time. Be sure to check out his latest ISPW wrestling pics and much more stellar content. Right now, wrestlers can do a special portrait shoot with Jay in Sparta, New Jersey for just $50. Contact Jay at Jay Vogel on Facebook and be sure to follow him across socials. Thank you, Jay, for sponsoring the BCP. Guys, let's welcome in our new pod sponsor, Cooper Groove Grips. When you play Cooper Groove drumsticks, you get increased sensory feedback from your hands, so your grip will naturally loosen, but you have complete control. With that taking place, you don't have fatigue and soreness, which can lead to long-term issues. Guys, as a drummer, Cooper Groove is my drumstick of choice. Sweaty hands aren't a problem. Grip is good. Don't forget to check out their amazing Cooper Groove bats coming out soon. Guys, follow at Cooper Groove Grips on Facebook. Please welcome in our new sponsor, Bell to Bell Live Women's Pro Wrestling. Bell to Bell presents Liberty Bell, Saturday, July 20th at the world-famous Monster Factory in Paulsboro, New Jersey. Get your tickets now and check out more great women's pro wrestling action at belltobell.com. Guys, please welcome in our new podcast sponsors, ISPW Weekly, where we dive deep into the world of ISPW, the crossroads of professional wrestling. Join Jumpin' Jay and Total with Tom every week as they interview the stars of the ring, uncover their stories, rivalries, and the electrifying action that defines ISPW. Be sure to check out ISPW Weekly on the ISPW Facebook page every week.